Hi, this is the Preacher of Spice, and today I'm going to make some banana bread. And that might be a little unusual because, usually we do stuff with spice, and today will be no different. So I'm going to experiment a little bit. So I do a little bit alteration of recipes. And so today I've got some bananas that are, of course, ripened, and we want to soften them up a little bit. So I usually just soften them up like this, get them started, and then scrape them in the bowl. And so I've got everything pretty well laid out. Hopefully I won't make this too tedious. And so let's get started here. And so what I've got is got my bowl, I've got other things all laid out, got my bananas all set, got a little hand mixer, not the best of shape, but it does work. And so it does help mix a few things together. And so we're going to start with, got my oven preheated, and it should make probably one loaf of bread. And so what we're going to do is all right, start mixing things together. And so we're going to start with creaming together basically one stick of butter. We'll get that all done, opened up here. And goes for half a cup of butter, one stick. Get this all dumped in here. So I just throw things together. So most recipes I just kind of keep throwing things together to get it done. So we got one stick of butter here, and what we're going to do is we're going to mix in our flour, or our sugar, and so we got the one stick of softened butter, and then we're going to cream that together with our sugar. I got some brown sugar here, and so I think I'm going to use maybe about a half a cup of brown sugar. We'll just do this. This is a quarter cup right here. So put two of these in here, like that. Two of those. It calls for 3/4 cup. I'm gonna add some maple syrup to this thing. So I've got some maple syrup, and so I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add some of that in there for my sweetener. There we go. We got that all started. All right, and that's what we do is we cream this here all together. Get your butter and flour together. Get that all done. Cream it up. Cream it in good. Yeah, so I know there's a lot of people that I know, they don't do a whole lot of cooking and baking or anything that you do. It's not really rocket science. I mean, it all works by a recipe. So take your banana, drop that in there, throw them aside. I've got 3 of these bananas we're going to throw in here. Yeah. My camera's trying to get it set up so you can see kind of what's doing. It's not the prettiest making banana bread, but at the end it tastes pretty good. So just follow a recipe. It's kind of like anything else. You follow directions and it turns out. And once you cook a while or bake a while, a lot of times you just kind of don't necessarily follow an exact recipe. I a lot of times will mix recipes together. I'll see something I like, and then I'll mix things together that way. So got my banana. Let's get that all mixed up in here. That's looking pretty good. And I wonder if that's enough banana. I don't know. It calls for 3 bananas, but I'm not sure. So again, you know, so I got the mashed bananas in there, mixed in. It does call for some applesauce, which I do not have. 2 eggs. We got 2 eggs. I get the farm fresh eggs, so I'll just throw them in there real quick. Mix that all together. So I know there's probably some cooks out there, bakers out there. Go, oh my goodness, this guy just slaps things together. You know, my stuff isn't pretty, but it sure tastes good. So, I really get the end results good. So today, and you're probably wondering, why am I making banana bread? You're the preacher of spice. So anyhow, we'll explain that in a little bit too. So calls for vanilla, and I'm gonna move this up a little bit. So, and I got a half a teaspoon of vanilla that I got to put in here. And actually, I am going to be putting in, and this is going to be a spiced banana bread. So since I am the preacher of spice, we're gonna spice it up just a little bit. So, and I don't mind a little extra vanilla. Don't mind a little extra vanilla. So half a teaspoon of that. Here I'm going to add some of my dry stuff right now. So let's mix this up in here. Get that kind of incorporated. Get that incorporated. So I'm going to use I don't have a half, but let's use this. So 1, 2. I've got some nutmeg I'm adding to mine. And I do like cinnamon, so I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon to mine, which is going to be another half teaspoon of cinnamon. 1, 2. I like cinnamon flavor in all my stuff, so it should be good. And we're going to incorporate a little heat today. So I do have ghost pepper, and I have a ghost pepper powder. So I'm going to add a quarter, maybe a little more. That's a 1/4 teaspoon of ghost pepper powder. So that should give it a little bit of kick. You say, oh man, you're crazy. So let's incorporate that in here. That's smelling pretty good. So right now, so I'm going to keep moving my recipe up a little bit. So I do have baking soda, and I believe I got to have a half a teaspoon of that. So also calls for walnuts and things like that. So let me just check my recipe real quick here that I'm kind of using, and it's not super clear what they're asking for. Okay, right here it is. Got my ripe bananas, got my butter, got 3/4 cup sugar, so which I did, and let's see what else. 2 large eggs, and I need my all-purpose flour, baking soda. I need a teaspoon of baking soda. So we got to do that. Here's my teaspoon of baking soda. I want to incorporate that. So I just keep mixing it in. Keep mixing in stuff. Here we go. Baking soda. Got my sugar. Set that aside here. Flour. All right. Now we're going to do our flour. This it calls for 1.5 cups of flour. Oop. Excuse me. Oh my. So here's the cup, 1.5 cups of flour. I got a knife here. Let's just do it this way. Here's 1 cup of flour. I'll mix that in. Mix it in a little at a time here. Oh my. Spice is getting me. I got that pepper in my nose. Woo! Excuse me. Wow. Now let's get this thing mixed in here. That thing's moving a little bit here. I've got sneezes again. Oh, do not breathe in the peppers. Wow. Excuse me. Oh, I need a quarter cup yet. All right. Wow. This is really taking me. Whew. Ah, got my nose going here. So I need a half a cup of flour yet. So I need two quarter cups. Here I got this quarter cup one. Here I got one. Then we do two. Excuse me. Wow. This is going to make quite a video, isn't it? So we got the flour. Right now, I'm going to over mix. So, got these things all mixed in there. Got that. Baking soda, salt. Oh, need a little bit of salt. Oh, come on. Gonna sneeze again, I think. Wow. Half a teaspoon of salt. Excuse me. I'm going to grab something back here real quick. So, okay. Half a teaspoon of salt. Let's see if I can get that. Here's a quarter. One, two. Perfect. All right. Let's mix that in there. Got the vanilla. So then I'm going to add in some. I might add one more banana. I'm not sure yet. I like the banana flavor. I don't think we could add too many bananas, can we? Just makes it a little softer, but since I'm going to be adding some, I'm going to incorporate some chocolate chips into mine. So the chocolate chips will trim it up a little bit, so I'm going to add, about that much. You can see, you can tell I don't do a whole lot of measuring, and I know it's a nut bread, and so I'm going to mash up a few nuts here. Walnuts is what I'm doing, so get them put in there, get them kind of mashed up. Grab the bag. And let's dump some of them in there. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll just kind of give it a good mix here. And incorporate everything. Yeah, looks like it's kind of moist. Looks like a nice moist dough. So. We go. So here's my nice dough. It is nice and moist, and you kind of see that. Let me grab a spoon out of here quickly. There. So looks like a nice dough right now. So go. Oh. Tastes really nice. Nice bananas. Ooh. And I am getting a little bit of heat on that one. Whew. Yeah. I think that is going to be good. So I put in a quarter teaspoon of ghost pepper. Could probably be a little bit more, but I don't think I want to overpower the overpower everything with it. So I do have a bread pan lined with parchment paper, and all right, let's get it in here. got my oven preheated at 350 degrees. There we go. Get this all in here. Get all this good stuff in here. Right? Yeah. Get this nice padded in here. Do that with spatula, get the rest out, but it's pretty close. I got pretty close to everything out of here right now, so here we go. All right, ghost pepper spiced banana bread. All right, so we'll give that a shot, and I'm going to put this in the oven, and then we'll come back and view the finished product. So stay tuned, and again, I will get this put in the oven, and I'll pound it down a little bit to get the bubbles out, and when it's finished, we'll review it. Well, the bread is done, and the magic of television or videotaping. So got it in the pan. I'm going to pull it out of the pan. Parchment paper. This is the bread. That's what it looks like. It's all done. So I've got wrapped in parchment paper. Still a little bit warm. And we need to cut a piece and see kind of what it looks like. So here we go. And ooh, feels nice and moist. And so that's the inside of it. Still a little bit warm inside. With the chocolate chips, looks like they kind of settled to the bottom. And got some nuts in there, chocolate chips in there. And I'm going to cut a piece out of here and see once what happens. Get a little taste test here. So, what do we got? There. Here's my piece of bread. Looks good. Really, you can smell the bananas in it. Banana nut with walnuts, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little ghost pepper. So we're gonna see what kind of bite we have in here. And so I'm gonna step out. I gotta get a cup of coffee. I gotta have coffee with my thing here. So back. Here we go. Back. Got the coffee. Yes. And fork. And here we go. Taste test. Here we go. Not bad. Taste a little bit of cinnamon in there. Bananas. And wow. Banana nut bread with a bite. So it bites back a little bit. So anyhow, Preacher Spice, you gotta have some spice, right? And, so again, banana nut bread with some chocolate chips and a little bit of heat from ghost peppers. I did a fourth of a teaspoon. I think it's good. Very good. Good flavor. A nice crunch from the nuts. And it's not over sweet. Kind of a sweet and spicy. But again, not over sweet. I did some brown sugar, and then I did my maple syrup. and chocolate chips will give it a little more sweetness too. Not bad. So, banana nut bread with ghost pepper, ground up ghost pepper. So, it's a good combination actually. I like the flavor. I like the heat. I got a nice little burn going on in here. For probably the average person, it's got enough heat in there. I'd probably say a 3-4 for the average person. So I've just got I got a little bit of a bite going, tongue a little bit, back of throat a little bit, because I don't want it too hot. I want to enjoy the bread and enjoy the bananas. But it's got great flavor. So this is Preacher Spice's banana bread. I changed the recipe a little bit that I was following. A lot of times I will mix and match recipes. I'll say I like this in one, this in another, and I'll blend things together. But this is a little twist with ghost pepper. Those of you that like some heat, go out and try this. Try this recipe. I think I've spelled it out on how I made it. And add a little bit of heat. If you don't like ghost pepper, you can add a little bit of cayenne pepper to it. You might not give it quite as much heat to it, but just give it a little bit of a bite. You can even add, if you want to add a little bit more, add a little bit of maybe just a quarter teaspoon of chili powder and maybe a quarter teaspoon of the cayenne pepper, and you give it a different twist too. So go on out, try this recipe. Also, I'd appreciate it if you hit like for this video, like for my videos also. Also, I'm going to be doing some other videos. I've come across some pepper guys the other day at the mall in Fox Valley. Bought some of their hot sauces. I'll be getting together with Mr. Brad Warden to kind of test those. So check out his his YouTube channel, Mr. Brad Warden. He's ranked up I don't know, top 10 in the country or in the world as far as eating hot peppers. So he's rated about number 10 or above that. So anyhow, check out his videos, Mr. Brad Warden, and push like on mine, Preacher of Spice. And this is Preacher of Spice signing off and wishing you all to have a blessed day, and go out and try this recipe. All right. Have a blessed day.